Well, some homeowners and business owners on the north side of West Palm Beach say they are getting fed up with the prostitutes, drug dealers, and homeless people. One owner tells us it's so bad he's had to lock his doors during the day.
They also say they're not getting much help from the police, and the problem is getting much worse. CBS 12's Al Peffley reports.
Says no doubt about it, the number of prostitutes here on Broadway has increased a lot just in the past few months. He says something has to be done about this.
It used to be once in a while you'd see a prostitute here and there. Now it's basically every hour on the hour, 24 hours a day.
John Lloyd, manager and funeral director at Northwood Funeral Home at 56th and Broadway in West Palm Beach, showed us this video he took of a woman he says is a prostitute bearing her breasts in public near his business. He says prostitution on Broadway is growing by leaps and bounds.
We're trying to run a business here. We're taxpayers. And it seems like the more you call the police, the less they're doing. There's no patrols anymore. We call, they ride through here, and then they leave. They don't stick around.
Lloyd says prostitutes leave used condoms, needles, and ladies' underwear on the ground. Besides prostitutes, he's also seeing an increase in homeless people and drug dealers in the area on North Broadway.
I want to see the police do their job. I want to see more patrols. Nobody's doing anything about it.
So you blame the mayor and the police chief?
Oh, yeah.
A homeowner who recently bought a home near North Broadway says he's also upset about the homeless people and hookers and the Johns who drive to the area to pick them up for sex.
That has increased dramatically within the 3 months I've been here. They're actually doing the sex acts on the street in front of residential homes.
How bad has it gotten here?
Oh man, since I've been here August, I pretty much can say it almost tripled.
He took numerous photos of women that he says are hookers on the street near his house. He says he has repeatedly called West Palm Beach police, but nothing much happens.
It's far worse on a Saturday and Sunday. We literally could be out on our driveway or our lawn and just watch it happen all day, all night.
The West Palm Beach police chief told us by phone, quote, "Our job is enforcement and we're doing that. When we make an arrest, that doesn't take the person off the street forever." He says since January 1st, they've made 53 narcotics arrests and 52 prostitution arrests on Broadway in West Palm Beach. I reached out to the mayor's office and police chief. Neither of them were available to comment on camera. The residents and business owners said they plan to take their concerns to the police chief tonight at a meeting at West Palm Beach Police Headquarters at 6:30.
People who live in the north end of West Palm Beach, sick of looking at what they say condoms, needles, and underwear in the front yard of their homes. Tolerance for drugs, prostitution, and violence is running thin.
Even the city's police chief admits he's concerned when he hears people call the cops and they did nothing. CBS 12's Luli Ortiz was there when they met with the chief to talk about reclaiming their neighborhood.
Yeah, many are complaining about the homeless, prostitution, and other crimes. They even have photos to prove it. The West Palm Beach Police Department shed some light on what they're doing right now to keep the community safe, yet they admit their work is far from over. A residential neighborhood close to the Intracoastal Waterways in West Palm Beach has been overrun by homeless, prostitutes, drug dealers, and other criminals. That's according to many longtime residents.
I have 2 little girls. So safety is of paramount importance for us. And I'm at a point where I don't trust our neighborhood anymore.
What do we do to stop this?
Police Chief Frank Adderley and his team of officers spoke to a group of residents and got into spirited conversations about what's happening in the city and how they can help change it. For Northwood Funeral Home Director and owner John Lloyd.
I caught a prostitute and a homeless man having sex at the wall on the north side of the Palm Beach house.
The last straw was when he says a prostitute walked in front of grieving families outside his business.
As we're leaving, one of the hookers lifted her shirt and flashed her breasts at us as we were going by with the family in the car.
Lloyd shares some photos and videos with CBS 12 News of prostitutes along Broadway Avenue and the items they leave behind, from condoms, needles, to underwear on the ground. They talked about the need for more police involvement.
I'm very concerned when I hear things like, oh, I called the police department and they did nothing. Well, that's pretty important because we have to provide service to residents and the business people here.
According to police, there's been a decrease in crimes like robberies, homicides, and burglaries. They presented those numbers in slides to prove it. But other residents worry there could be an issue of underreporting. Chief Adderley stated he will personally go to high crime spots with his officers in hopes this will combat the ongoing issue. And officers encourage residents to continue to call when they see any suspicious activity. They say this will help with their ongoing efforts to keep the neighborhood safe.
Sports betting is underway here in the Sunshine State. Because of an agreement with the state, every bet is run through the Seminole Tribe.
Yeah, but Floridians tell CBS 12 News they've been facing some serious issues when they're placing those bets. Some even accusing that app run by the tribe of stealing their money. Our Jay O'Brien's been looking into it and tells us what's going on. Jay?
Yeah, this is what we saw when sports betting launched in Florida. Game On, Florida. There wasn't really a big formal announcement. There was just this website that kind of suddenly sprung up, and we realized that sports betting was a live ball. It's for the Hard Rock Sportsbook. That's the app the Seminole Tribe runs. That's where all the bets are placed. But users tell us it's this app that's recently seen some serious problems. Last weekend, on the first football Sunday with legal sports betting in Florida, the Seminole Tribe's Hard Rock Sportsbook app, the only place to bet in the state, was hit with a wave of bad reviews. People claiming their wagers and winnings disappeared. They're a bunch of thieves, said one user. First day of using the app and it crashes, wrote another.
After my winning ticket, it was just a lot of glitching and it just took a long time.
Nick Rivera was one of the users Sunday who, for a while, couldn't get a hold of his winnings. He said others approached him with the same problem. So you heard from a lot of people who had money tied up in the app that couldn't get it out?
Yes, sir. Multiple people.
Rivera says the app has since improved as it surges to handle every single wager across the state. Striking a deal with Governor DeSantis earlier this year, the Seminole Tribe now controls every bet on every game everywhere in Florida. In return, the state gets $500 million a year for the next 5 years and more after that. State Rep Dan Daly voted for the gaming compact, but has reservations.
I think you probably could have gotten some more money.
Does the Seminole Tribe have a sports betting monopoly right now?
1,000%, right? That's essentially what we gave them.
But processing every bet in the state is a challenge. Under federal law, all wagers must go through servers on tribal land, meaning to get sports betting off the ground, the Seminoles had to build a massive technological infrastructure. It's that system which users believe crashed on Sunday, but has since been repaired. That's not the only trouble the tribe faces. Casino owners in Miami are suing, saying the sports betting agreement with the state violates federal gaming laws. This week, the U.S. Department of the Interior, who approved the agreement, shot back in this document saying the deal is perfectly legal. But there are also critics who say the gaming agreement violates state law because any expansion of gambling in Florida is supposed to be approved by voters. Meanwhile, in-person sports betting at places like the Palm Beach Kennel Club is stalled. No word on when it will begin. But as of right now, even their bets will have to go through the Seminole Tribe. So far, the only game in town. Now, there's a big effort from sports betting companies DraftKings and FanDuel to get legalized sports betting on the ballot next election so that every company, not just the Seminole Tribe, can get a cut of the action. Earlier, we spoke with the political group that's funded by those two companies. They're gathering signatures, and they told us they have about 400,000 signatures, but they need 891,000 signatures to get sports betting on the ballot by the next election, but they have until February 2022 to get to that number.